Hello everybody, welcome to Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and we bring you the very best of what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. We are coming to you tonight from Kelvin Grove, where it is the annual Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards dinner. Big thanks, of course, to our partners on board with Cape Rugby TV, Direct Access, your financial services partner, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, Score Energy Drinks. You'll know that they are the partners to the Western Province Club Rugby Score 7s, Intercape, Yes Electrical, and of course Thorburn on board with Cape Rugby TV. Right, folks, as you know, it has been 2019, a year of exciting Western Province rugby. Club rugby, professional rugby, the Stormers, Western Province, all been in action during 2019. But behind the scenes, there were plenty of organisers making sure that the wheel was turning. Tonight is the night at the awards, and I think this is now the 10th year that we've been at the annual awards. Tonight is the night where the various leagues, winners, first place, second place, and third place teams all receive their trophies and their awards for doing so well during 2019, and also a number of additional awards such as Technical Excellence, Most Promising Players, Forwards Players, Backline Players, referees, juniors, all receiving accolades this evening. And we'll of course speak to some of the organisers of Western Province Rugby Football Union to find out how it is that they got through 2019 with so much success. But let's take a look now at some of the awards and speeches here at Kelvin Grove.
President of the Western Province Rugby Football Union, Mr. Zalt Marais, and his executive committee, sponsors and partners, media friends, club officials and players, ladies and gentlemen, all other protocol was observed. On behalf of Western Province Rugby, welcome to the Western Province Rugby Annual Awards Dinner 2019. Thank you for being here this evening to celebrate the achievements and outstanding performances of our athletes, teams and clubs in 2019. Yes, it's been a tough year with many challenges, but we've also had some success along the way, which will lay down the foundation for our future sustainability and viability as a sporting organisation. As you'll all know by now, we managed to conclude both the property development rights deal with Investec Property, and we signed the heads of agreement with the City of Cape Town, entitling us to be the primary anchor tenant at Cape Town Stadium from the 1st of February 2021. This means, ladies and gentlemen, that 2020 will be our last year of playing senior professional rugby at DHL Newlands. And that in itself, as emotionally painful as it is also an opportunity. As they say in the classics, with adversity comes opportunity. And as the word spreads that 2020 will be our last year at DHL Newlands, so the revenue generating opportunities we spoke about earlier will become even more abundant. From hosting all sorts of events and functions, which I hasten to add are still to be determined, celebrating the grand old lady and the hundreds of years of service, pleasure and pain she's given us, the opportunity to host the last ever game, and she also gives us the opportunity to host the last ever game at DHL Newlands in December next year. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a fantastic year next year, both on and off the field. This will be all of our chance to be part of history in the last season at DHL Newlands. Accordingly, both these deals augur well for the future of West Province Rugby and are vital components of the strategic turnaround plan to ensure that we do eventually fulfill our enormous promise and truly become the leading rugby organisation in the world. Consequently, I'm convinced that 2020 will go down as a very special, memorable, fruitful, and not to mention exciting year in the history of West Province Rugby. It will be one that will mark the end of the old and the beginning of a new improved, refocused, and successful West Province Rugby. And as this is an awards evening, which is about acknowledgement of achievement as individuals or in a team context, I wish to thank the President and his executive and the Chairman and his Board of Directors for all of their assistance and support in bringing these two deals to fruition. I also want to take this opportunity to thank or to show our combined appreciation and express our congratulations to Rassi and his whole management team, but especially to Sia, who's unfortunately not here, our captain, and all of the DHL Stormers Springboks, the World Rugby Player of the Year, Peter Steff, Tatoe, Bongi, France, Kitsi, Damien, and the World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year nominee, Herschel. I just want to congratulate all of you on your magnificent win of the 2019 Rugby World Cup. And please, guys, I actually had you, so please can we all stand and give them a round of applause. So maybe we can stand and give them a round of applause for well done, guys. Well done. I leave you with this tonight. We can only make this work if we work together. So I ask you, what drives you and how deeply passionate are you about Western Province Rugby and the motto of standing together? Thank you for your time this evening, and I wish you all a special night.
Folks, with me, Nokubonga Siko from Busy Bees, Women's Rugby Player of the Year. Congratulations, you must be happy.
I am absolutely happy. I've worked very hard this year, so I am happy. I deserve it, I might say.
I tell you who's probably more happy than you is Alfred from Busy Bees. He's
He is. That's my club coach.
Well, he's been doing fantastic. You're so lucky. Tell me about your season. What was the highlights and lowlights for you?
My highlights, it was good playing for a club rugby. Obviously, I played for it provincially, and then I went to the competition of becoming an Mbogodo in sevens. That was nice. Also, and then I also got a chance to play for that tournament. The tournament was playing in Naisna.
Yes, the interprovincial tournament.
Yes, I also got a chance to play there. And then I might say, and then I got a breakdown, and then where I had the Sean sprints where I was supposed to go off the team. But then it's been a fantastic year for me.
But those are the things that a top player goes through. You train really hard, you win, you train really hard. You got to go through the tough times as well.
Yes. And most of the time I'm always working alone, and before I join the team, most of the time Sunday evenings I go alone and do it before I meet the team, so that most of the time I want to be the fittest. When we're running, I want to be.
Are you the hardest working in the team?
I am. I might say I am.
The kids run around looking to meet you and get your autograph?
They are. They have been asking questions like, how can you play rugby? Rugby is tough. It's toughest for guys and everything, and how are you managing and all this stuff. But it's been a great year for me, I can say.
Well, we're so privileged to have you on the show with us. Congratulations on the award. Obviously, well deserved. And we're looking forward to what you're going to do in 2020.
In 2020, obviously, I know and I'm quite sure that I'm going to be part of 15-a-side SA team. And then I'm also looking forward to play for sevens. Yes, because of the injuries, I couldn't be in Bogodo team because of the Sean sprint. Obviously, by next year I'll be fine, and then I'm going to pull up my socks so that I can be in a team again.
Well, hopefully we'll see a lot of young ladies follow you after they watch this. They're going to come and join rugby, and they're going to bolster the ranks of Western Province and all want to join a local Western Province Rugby Women's Rugby Club.
Yeah, I hope so too, and then I'm going to give some pull-ups. Come.
Fantastic. Congratulations again. Let's see the trophy. There we go, folks.
Here's the trophy.
Women's Rugby Player of the Year. We're going to take an ad break. We'll be back in a sec. right, folks, coming to you from the Western Province Rugby Football Union annual awards, and with me is Elrich Erasmus, of course from Albions. They won the promotion league this year. Elrich, you guys must be, julle seker baie trots.
Ja, ons is baie trots, ons het hard gewerk en het vrugte gepluk.
Jong, en is nie net hierdie nie, ons het gesien julle het ook nogal lekker gejol in die sevens en groot derby dag daar so gehad teen Loue Parel.
Ja, het was 10 Rangers.
Oh, teen Rangers.
Ja, dat was staf geweest die jaar en al ons span het goed gedoen. De derde span, tweede span en de eerste span.
Lekker geest in die Parel.
Ja, baie lekker. Competitie is staf in die Parel.
Wat is nou die storie van volgende jaar?
Volgende jaar is ons een mokpunt om weer die ding te winnen en om Super League B toe te gaan.
Elrich, ons los hem daar zo. Daar is een paar 100 mensen met trofies vandaag. Wel gedaan voor Albions. Jullie ouens het ouens baie trots gemaakt daar kan.
Dank je.
Folks, with me now, Walid Sakir. Walid, I've seen captain of Gardens, of course. Walid, I see 2 trophies here. Why we got 2?
Okay, so the first one we got is the second team unbeaten trophy. So we were unbeaten for the whole first round. So that is
the unbeaten trophy?
That's correct. And then we got the second one in the losers section, and we won the champions as well in the second round of the division. So that's the 2 trophies that we got for the night.
You guys had a good season. Gardens, challenging times though. It wasn't all that easy. Some people say Gardens almost like a new club.
That's correct. It was our first year, so we done very well for our first year. We had the guys put in a lot of effort as well as the coaching staff. So we had a challenging season, but the guys showed very lot of characteristics. So that's what made us to win the season as well.
What comes next?
So just what's coming next is a good season ahead. We're working hard currently now, working hard. So next season we hope to do much better than what we did this season, but good work, hard work is what is up to now. Let's keep the rest a secret as well.
There's a couple of secrets there, right? Walid, I can't shake your hands. I've got a microphone in the one hand, a trophy in the other hand. Well done. You guys have obviously deserved everything, and we're looking forward to 2020.
Thank you very much, JP. We wish to see you again in 2020 as well.
100%. We'll be there watching.
Thank you.
Folks, with me is Marco Martin, the coach of Lower Paarl in Paarl. Marco, you got 2 trophies here. I think you're going to have to lift one up over there, and I'll lift the other one up.
Okay.
Just to get the camera to see this. Marco, just fill us in. What exactly are we holding here?
Okay, the one you've got there, that's the league trophy
Right.
in the Paarl region, and this one is the Paarl region knockout trophy.
Right, of course, the Paarl region, you guys, after the first round, you had to play amongst the top 16 teams, if I recall. There were 9, 1 dropped out, and then it was a round robin.
No.
It was 8. 1 played 8, 2
yes.
played, yes, yeah.
That's the correct one, yeah.
You've had a fantastic season. I mean, Lower Paarl and Rangers, really, it was between the two of you. The chase was on. Riverstones was sort of hedging that direction for a little bit, but it was really between the 2 top clubs there.
Yeah, it was tied between Rangers because they were really this year going for it to really win it. They were leading the first round on points difference. Second round we came through very strongly. Beat them with about 20 points in the second game.
Because you lost your opening game to them.
No, we drew the first one.
You drew the first one, right?
Yeah, the first one was a draw. They equalized with the last kick of the game. Second round it was a much easier game, and I think that's what sealed it for us. Yeah.
Does home ground advantage work at all in your neighborhood?
For us it works because I mean with the big following we've got, I think we've got the biggest following in the Paarl region, so it's always a big advantage for us. Yeah.
From a Paarl perspective, then, I mean, with the other teams there, do you sometimes maybe feel that you want more competition?
That's something we get from the players as well, because they will prepare like for a Riverstones game, they will prepare for a Rangers game, but then you get that drop in interest in the practice when they're playing the other side. Not to say the weaker sides, but if you beat those 2, first and second round, you're about sure of winning the league. Yeah.
But there's no such thing as an easy game in rugby.
Never, especially in Paarl, because everybody knows everybody, so you know it's always a big game. Yeah.
2020, you looking forward to it?
Yeah, 2020, we need to go defend all our trophies. We're still missing.
enough.
We're missing the second and the third team, so if we can sit here next year with all 4 trophies, that would be an achievement.
What happened there? Where are the second and third teams on this?
We used a lot of second team players in the first team, so we had a good squad.
Okay.
That's why we could win all the trophies because we had enough substitutes. Yeah, so we need to fill that gap on the second and third team. Yeah, second team finished third, so they weren't too far off, but we need to work at the third team. Yeah.
Marco, we're going to leave it at that. Congratulations. Great performance. I think we always knew that, the Paarl region was going to be a tough region.
Yeah. So thanks, JP. We'll take it from here, and most probably next year we'll be sitting here again.
Anything for the moms or dads and fans out there?
Yeah, I was just say they must enjoy the festive season with the family. Keep safe. Enjoy the festive.
Fantastic. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, I'm going to catch up with Charlton van Jaarsveld from Kuilsriver.
Our Super League B winners, Kuilsriver. First team.
Folks, it's the annual Western Province Rugby Football Union annual awards dinner here at Kelvin Grove. One of the old friends of Cape Rugby TV, original stalwarts, Charlie van Jaarsveld, captain of Kuilsriver. Charlie, nice to see you again.
Yeah, JP, always nice to see you. I actually don't get this a lot, but when I get it, it's always nice having a chat with you. And what a great moment to chat to you about being the winners of the Super League B.
Let's have a look at this trophy. Yours is quite heavy.
Yeah, yes, it's a big trophy. Actually a nice trophy that the guys worked hard the whole season long, yeah, and so we're happy to be the winners of it.
You've got a lot of experience in this game. When we first met, I think you were at UWC. You really have earned your stripes in Western Province Rugby over the last. Do you feel that your experience is that when you're playing the game now, you're playing more than just playing the game, you're also leaning some knowledge and information to the players?
Yes, I do think so because when I started at UWC, I actually had seniors that invested in my rugby, so I did the same now with, at Kels Rugby, but I had the privilege of playing with a lot of experienced guys at the club like Ashraf, Big John, you see, so a lot of guys that supported me also in my role, yeah.
Vertel ons 'n bietjie van die seisoen. Kelsrivier, ek dink daai eerste game teen Franshoek, miskien was daai die enigste wobble.
Ons het geweet in ons pre-season al, het gaan 'n tawwe jaar wees, want as klomp goeie spanne gewees die jaar, so met ons eerste game wat ons verloor het teen Franshoek, ons was gelukkig met die resultate, maar ons het nie opgegee nie. En elke wedstryd na daai was moeilik geweest en tot ons soos teen Biabel was ook baie tawwe game geweest wat ons moes erg terugveg in die tweede helfte en teen ons eerste ons league fixture teen Hamlets het ons ook maar so vasgeval teen hulle, maar toe kon ons nog nie finaal en dit regmaak en hulle te wen, ja.
Ons het baie gesels in oor die gedurende jaar oor Super League B en ons het tydjie gesê dat daai is nou die League of Death. Maar omtrent elke game wat ons gekyk het en die log, daai top 6 in die log het elke week bietjie gechange, maar met ook net 'n klein nommertjie. Was dit so taaf as wat ons gesê het?
Ja, definitief, want byvoorbeeld die een week wen die span, volgende week kan hy verloor en ons het mekaar nooit onderskat nie. Ons het geweet alhoewel ek die week wen, volgende week se span miskien nou die week verloor, sal ons hulle nog steeds onderskat en nog steeds 2 keer so hard oefen om nog steeds om nog steeds die resultaat te kry dan in die volgende week, ja.
Julle het 'n great management span. Grace Smith en Grant Abbertyn en maar Super League gaan nie maklik wees nie.
Ja, definitief gaan dit nie wees want ons het nou die laaste keer wat ons daar was, ons geleer het ons 'n fout uit en geweet wat dit ver gemaak te wees en die manne weet al het ons opbreek tyd en vakansie moet jy nog steeds hard werk en oefen, want as jy terugkom in January, ek nou nie seker wanneer ons begin nie, moet jy klaar op 'n level wees want al die Super League A spanne oefen nou al en as ek al naby klaar, maar hulle gaan ook nie gaan rus, hulle gaan nog steeds op hulle eie werk.
Ek hoor party van ons is klaar besig om hulle friendies te beplan.
Yes, ja.
But anyway, luister, ons gaan julle nou laat gaan. Hierdie is joune en die boys by Kayla boys. Ja, nee, sê vir John en die boys ons sê hallo en julle ons het great gedoen.
Baie dankie Jep, ek sal die boodskap oordra.
Folks, clearly a lot of entertainment here tonight. Very noisy in the background, but that's what we expect at an awards dinner. Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards. It's here at Kelvin Grove. It's been a fantastic evening. The Western Province Rugby players were here and they made a big announcement, but we'll tell you more about that in a second, so don't go away. Right, folks, here at the annual Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards dinner. With me now, Western Province Rugby board member and of course from the Vineyards Rugby Football Club and no stranger to Cape Rugby TV, Junaid Murat. Junaid, what a great night.
As a JP, yeah, it was amazing. Well done to all the guys that got awards. It's good to see the club players as well as the professionals here, and just everyone well done and congratulations to them.
Was there a favourite award for you this evening? I know that the guys often go for this Players Player of the Year almost.
For me it was Salman Murat award, but only because he's Salman Murat. No, I'm just...
I walked right into that.
It was great. I mean, the vibe and Herschel walking away with 3 awards. Well deserved as well. Getting the Springboks here was good, seeing the Webb Ellis Trophy here and everyone just enjoying themselves.
You got some sterling players here in the Stormers, Western Province Rugby players. John Dobson was here. There were some accolades given to Robbie Fleck. It's really a fitting way to end the year.
Look, yeah, and a fitting way, I think, to start the new season because, as Paul Zach said, no pressure on Dubbo, but with the squad we have, we should be winning Super Rugby. No pressure.
It doesn't matter what the result is as long as you win. Folks, we're here in Claremont at Kelvin Grove. It's the annual Western Province prestigious awards dinner.
Can we pull Alfred in? The women's got their award.
Absolutely, yes. Busy Bees. Alfred Kewana, we're going to get him on the show right now.
And the women's team that won the Western Province women's team that won the Currie Cup, I think, for the women's.
And of course, a referee of the year, Amy Barrett.
Amy, so a good evening for women's rugby as well, and we can just build on that. I'm very excited about the plans we have for women's rugby, and hopefully it can come to fruition.
Fantastic. Junaid, thanks for joining us.
Cool.
We'll get everybody on the show. Right, folks, so we're going to keep you for just one second. Folks, we're going to take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up some of the speeches here at the Western Province Rugby Awards. Right, folks, as you know, we're coming to you from the Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards dinner here at Kelvin Grove. For those of you that have entered the Score Energy Drink competition, if you have not done so yet, just grab your mobile phone, SMS the word SCORE to 33090, 33090, and you put yourself in the mix to win a case of Score Energy Drinks. Congratulations to last week's winner. You walk away with a case of Score Energy Drinks, and someone from Cape Rugby TV is going to be in touch with you shortly.
We wish to congratulate the various clubs and players who have and will still and who have received and will still be receiving awards this evening. Well done to all the clubs who have managed to be promoted to a higher league in 2020 season. The real hard work only starts now for you, and I'm sure that you're already in top gear at the moment preparing for 2020. Club rugby remained the backbone of Western Province Rugby, as it's the ideal conduit to most effectively discharge our constitutional mandate to grow the game amongst all communities that we love the game of rugby. As Western Province Rugby, we are proud of the performance of our Western Province senior women's team when they lifted the Interprovincial League trophy for the third year in a row. Give them a good round of applause. We as the leadership collective commit to do our utmost to lead Western Province Rugby to a very bright future, knowing that we can count on your support. Thank you very much, Nkosi. God bless.
The Southern League first round winners is Northern's first team. So the team Northerns went to the Southern League and won.
Right, folks, with me, Philip Marquise. He's a secretary at Northerns, Noordelijkes. Philip, julle 'n groot trofee hierso. Vertel ons bietjie.
Ek dink
Kan ek hom optel?
sy pies kan hom optel. Dit is ons
Abraham Frederik sal baie happy wees.
Yes,
vanaand. En Lillian.
Yes. Dis is harde werk vir 2019. Ons het die liga gewen. So ons is die kampioene daarso. Ons het nou nie opgegaan soos ons aan die begin van die jaar uitgeset het nie. Maar ons gaan tevrede wees met hom. Silverware, soos al die clubs wil silverware in hulle kasse net. Ons het hierdie ene van nou. Volgende jaar gaan ons vir die groter en dis om op te gaan na Superliga C toe.
Daar was 'n paar tawwe spanne in die league daar, so CPUT, ek dink Retreat en Peninsula, as ek reg het. Spanne wat die game hierdie jaar gebring het.
Yes, ek dink ons het die game vir hulle ook geneem en baie clubs het onderskat. Maar ek dink ons dat ons ingesit het, ons inspanning in die wedstrijden, wat ons naar die games toe gebring het. Ik denk dat was voor ons belangrijk. En ons het een goede achterlijn gehad, ons het ons gehad, zoals Brandon Lee, Prins in die achterlijn, Kino, Goos, net om een paar te noemen. En voorlangs het dus oud-spelers, een beetje oude ervaren spelers gehad. Ja. En die ouwens het richtig het gebring naar die games toe en naar die party toe gekomen. En ik denk, dus alles het toonbeeld van hoe ons rederige jaar gedaan het op die veld. Man. En voor ons, denk ik, ons het redelijk goed gedaan. En zoals ik gezegd heb, volgend jaar willen ons beter gaan doen. En ons wil opbewegen, ons wil ook gezels samen met de grote mannen aan die Superliga's. En zoals we in de toekomst verder gaan, Superliga B en A. En samen met de grote mannen gaat keers opsteken. En willen ze luister maar naar ons hier, reken ons op.
Ja, dat zie je.
Yes,
wel, luister, ik ga je trofee over jou terug hier. Misschien met hem bij mij vat, als hij is nogal... Al die trofies wat Lise vanaand het is so zwaar, joh. Maar luister, vir hulle baie dankie, wel gedaan. We're very proud of Noordlikes. Ek het nog 'n plek daar so wat julle vir my gegee het, my honorary life membership gegee het. Ek is baie happy. Nee, maar julle doen al die werk. Ons praat net daaroor.
Ja, nee, goed zo, JP. Dan soos jy alle manne voor gesê het, geseënde keersfees aan al die manne. En aan hulle families wat hulle die jaar afgestaan het aan rugby. Ja. As manne wat daar reeds besig is om rugby voorbereiding te doen vir volgende jaar. So baie dankie aan die families en God seën.
Ja. Right folks, wag meneer. ons gaan nog 'n bietjie gesels. Alright folks, we're going to take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll see if we can catch up with some of the organisers and officials here from the Western Province Rugby Football Union. We're of course here at the annual awards dinner, and more than 60 awards were actually handed out this evening. We'll take a look at some of those awards from the organisers in a sec. Back now.
Super League A winners. Durbanville, Belleville first team. Wonderful. Yes, the coveted Super League A trophy, and you know how passionate all teams are about this trophy.
Folks, we're coming to you from the Western Province Rugby Football Union annual awards dinner here at Kelvin Grove. Johan, Durbel, what a fantastic season. Finally you're crowned as the champions of Western Province Rugby 2019.
Yeah, it's been a historic year for us. I mean, this is the first time we've won the award. Obviously, we're pretty chuffed about it, and yeah, we're looking forward to the future. We're building up to something even bigger than this, and we want to build on this momentum.
We were talking a little bit earlier on about just how close it was in 2018, yeah. And you said that you can't make mistakes against Marties. This year was a different story.
Yeah, we kind of approached it a little bit different. We wanted to put a lot of pressure on them, kind of we tweaked our game plan just a little bit, and but it's not about the coaches at the end of the day. It's about the players and how they produce on the field, and they played it to the T.
Is that one of the things that that you took into account this year, was find the bond with the players?
Absolutely. That's exactly what our club is about. We've got a couple of mottos. One is that we're willing to train the hardest, then we're willing to play the hardest, and true to the motto of club rugby, then we celebrate the hardest, and that's how we run our club, and it shows on the field. There's a lot of camaraderie between the players. We're building a community as well.
You've got to show us the trophy. Let's lift it up and let the guys see what it looks like.
This is quite an historic piece of metal here. It runs all the way back to the 1800s, so we're very chuffed about this. It's a historic moment.
Now listen, I think the guys are going to celebrate that. I'm not sure if the lid comes off that you can put your things in there. You put some fruit juice in there.
We'll check it out. We'll check it out.
Listen, thank you very much for chatting with us. And we're looking forward to 2020. I think it's going to be a remarkable year, and the league's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already started putting the building blocks together. Some of the guys are in the gym, others are on the field. We're trying to mix it up, make it interesting. We run our program till the 12th of December, which is this week. We end this week, then we take a bit of a break. Then 6th of January, we hit the ground running. We're playing friendlies already second week in January again. So there's not a lot of rest for the players. But again, they're asking to play rugby. They want to be involved. They don't want to rest too long. So look, it's going to be interesting. We've got something to build on. We've got a nice base going.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can take it further.
Well, it sounds to me like you've got the perfect scenario. You know, when you've got players asking to play rugby, it's like employees asking for more work. So you certainly look like you've got the recipe ingredients in place.
Yeah, all kudos to the players. They're an interesting group. They're a vibrant group. They're close as well. They work together well. There's no negativity between them. It's a nice bunch to tag along, and hopefully we can build on this even and make it something bigger.
I know that's fantastic. We wish you guys the best over the festive season. Stay safe out there.
Cool, man. Thank you very much, Jackie.
Folks, we're of course here at Kelvin Grove. It's the annual Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards. We've still got a number of folks to talk to. It's been handed over just over 60 awards, but let's speak to some of the club guys during the course of the night.
The provincial women's winner, cup winners, none other than our celebrated team. I met them earlier, vibrant group, the Western Province Women Rugby Team. Yes.
You mind if I call you Baba?
Call me Bibi.
Bibi, is that the nickname?
Yes.
Congratulations, Western Province Rugby. You just told me just before you came on air here something that I didn't know.
Right. It's a fact actually. The Western Province women's team has won the Interprovincial League 3 times in a row. No other men's team has done it before, so it's quite a great achievement for us.
That's massive. Let's see the trophy. There we go.
There you have it. Got a nice trophy.
I think the last time we caught up was at. Let's keep it, yeah. We'll hold it so everybody can see your accolade. The last time we caught up was just before the tournament. I think it was at City Park. You guys were playing chuckers against Boerland and then you went on to play in the tournament at Riversdale, and then of course the IPL. So it's been a long progress. It's been a hard working year for you guys.
Yeah, we've worked extremely hard. I think we've put in massive preparation into our season. I think that helped us quite a lot. Our team is known for the great work ethic, so it's almost second nature to us, really.
If you look at some of the highlights of the year, what would you say?
Jeepers, it's been an incredible rugby season, been an incredible rugby year. I mean, the Springboks have won the World Cup. The Springbok women have qualified for World Cup. The Western Province women has won an Interprovincial League. So I think that this year has ended on a very positive note.
So how do you take it to the next level?
Hard work. I think that we've garnered some great momentum from our previous season. I think that the key thing would then just keep going from that momentum.
The president was talking about the success of women's rugby in Western Province, but he was also saying he wants to see more growth of women's rugby. He wants to see more young girls and women joining clubs and playing rugby. Is this something that that you feel maybe the performance that you guys have had this year will encourage the youngsters, the young ladies to join a club?
Without a doubt, I think that we have a great development system in our country, and I think that these young girls actually look up to us, and it's our responsibility to be good role models to them, and just paint a great picture of women's rugby.
Well, we're very proud of you guys, Bibi. I don't know if you can hold the trophy and shake my hand at the same time.
Definitely
Congratulations!
can.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Been fantastic, and we're going to follow your performance in 2020, and I know that you guys are going to bring it 4 in a row.
We hope so. That's the plan. That's the plan. Thank
The
you
first
very
time
much.
ever. Right, folks, we're here at the Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards. It's a fantastic evening. It really has been, I would say, I would hazard a guess to say that it's been a night of women's rugby, and certainly the accolades have been pouring out for women's rugby, and we're looking forward to the growth and development for women's rugby in 2020. Right, folks, with me, the president of Western Province Rugby Football Union, Mr. Zalt Maree. Zalt, let's get straight into it. What a fantastic evening.
JP, I mean, this evening was such an awesome event tonight. I mean, it was beyond my expectation and my imagination. We didn't know what to expect to come through, but I think with the positivity and the energy that was coming from everybody this evening, and the vibrancy and the newness that was coming through there, I think we can only bode well for us going forward. Yeah. So what a great evening that we had.
There were a few things that jumped out for me as highlights of the night. Obviously, we had the Stormers players here, and we're going to get into that in a second or so. But one of the things I just got to jump on was it seemed like one of the threads that was available this evening was your success on women's development.
Yeah, as you know, the women's rugby has formed a very critical part. And without the women's success this year, they actually brought joy to the Western Province Rugby, and the applause and the reassurance that we got here this evening from everybody who's behind our women, and having with women, as you know, not always being on the forefront of rugby, but I think from Western Province side, actually we have to ensure that they always be part of it. And as I said earlier, actually, people don't realize actually how important women's rugby is from a global point of view, because if we from a national point of view don't have a good women's team, we get kicked out of the Tier 1 nation, and that could be economic disaster for us if we do that.
Well, it certainly looks like Western Province is paving the way to make sure that never happens. If we also just look at some of the other components, the club rugby players, certainly they came out and enjoyed it this evening. And it's been a long year of successful stories. Super League A, Super League B. You had your promotion leagues. Clubs went up, clubs went down. And during the course of the year, clubs will often stress about their performance and stress about their results. But at the end of it all, if we go back, we've played a year of rugby. Everybody's had a fantastic time. Some win, some lose. But overall, it's been a year of great sporting activity.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And JP, notwithstanding the fact that we had a very difficult year from us outside, and we would never have seen it coming through on the field in the club rugby. I mean, it was never evident that we're going through all the struggles and the battles in terms of it, and the positivity, and the clubs being our main shareholders, actually, how they supported everything, and we thought actually it's going to impact on them. But what a wonderful, I think adversity actually lifts them up in terms of it, and to me it's actually that courage and the endurance that was displayed by our clubs this year. I mean, we need to give them a hell of a round of applause. I mean, they just did fantastic for us, and it bodes well for us for the future. They did say earlier, from next year we'll talk much more rugby. We spoke a lot of business this year, but next year is going to be the year we're going to have to. So I said, guys, let's do it. Let's bring it on.
Well, we were just talking earlier on that we suspect Super League A is going to be interesting next year, but definitely we know that Super League B, if we look at this year gone by, it was considered the league of death. Every game was like 1 point here, 1 point there. Super League B is going to be exciting next year. But if we look at the professional guys, they also seem excited. The Stormers are ready for 2020. Peter Steftetwe awarded this evening. Dylan Lades awarded this evening. Herschel Janchis awarded this evening. 2020 looks like, well, one doesn't want to put the muckers on it, but It's going to be an exciting year.
Yeah, 2020 is definitely, I mean, we are all excited for it, and we're looking forward to a real fantastic year. I think it was about maybe 7-8 years ago where the Stormers team went unbeaten, and that year we thought we were going to come close to it when we lost in the semi-finals, and to the Sharks, of course, of all people. But next year, with the talent that we've retained here, I think we've invested heavily. I think we're probably one of the few franchises in the world that retain most of our players. And we need to get the return on investment. And I think the players also, they know they're getting on in love, and they want to give back to Western Province Rugby, because we could feel actually how they become appreciative. They didn't realize the energy that's being invested in them actually, because somehow they perceive it is just there. But now they know they need to pay back, because our clubs has basically sacrificed so much in order to keep our professional arm alive. So they are ready to go, and I'm sure under John and they know basically that we are waiting for them to do good next year, and we want to celebrate that success with them the next year. So come next year, this time, we want to have that silverware back here. We will love.
What do you guys do now? Do you take a little bit of time off? Do you guys get to take a bit of a break?
We possibly in a week or so. We've still got a couple of meetings. We got our last executive committee meeting on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, which is round by kicking, and then we will have maybe 1 or 2 sessions next week, probably until about Wednesday. Then I personally want to take a break. I want to at least be off for about 3 weeks. I haven't had. You
got to go away. You got to breathe. You got to go cut the lawn. You've got to paint the walls and change the light bulbs.
I want to go and take the spade and to go and help my wife do some farming, do some harvesting. I promise her this year I will come spend 1 full week every month with her. I haven't honored my obligations.
You've got to do some physical labor.
Exactly, basically. And as you know, JP, the mental stress, the mental fatigue is so much worse than the physical fatigue actually, and I need to experience some physical fatigue because the body needs to sweat out the toxins. I need to get the toxins out of my body, and the only way I can do it is to do some physical endurance work for me.
Well, there are a couple of clubs that are busy with off-season training. You can go join them. We're going to leave it at that. Fantastic stuff. The union came shining through this year, so yeah, well done. Under adverse conditions, and we're proud to be part of the structure.
JP, thank you so much, and also thank you very much for all your support and contribution. I think without your support to us and the coverage giving, actually we can't achieve it. I mean, thanks to you, and therefore the competitiveness amongst the clubs are great because of your great contribution to us. So thank you very much, and you also take some time off and have a great.
We're going to try. We're still going to have the captain's table, and it's Christmas and all that, folks. We're wrapping it up here now. The Western Province Rugby Football Union Awards Dinner 2019. It's been a fantastic evening, and what's more, capped it off with Western Province rolling out the 2019 Rugby World Cup trophy. It's here in Cape Town, and we're looking forward to getting our camera on that. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.